So Heidi, we're sold at 3 Charmaine Street. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
An amazing result. What were your initial thoughts about the staging once it was complete?
I was actually amazed. I couldn't imagine what it was going to look like, because it was a fairly plain looking house. It had been rented for many years, and so I thought, and you suggested, I think, that I should get it staged, and I was blown away. Basically it was rented for a lot of years, or all the time that I had it, and I was just so surprised that when I saw the house, instead of looking like just a house, it was a home, and it looked so cosy, even to outside, the outside table and chairs, with the grapefruit, because there's a grapefruit tree out there, and it just looks fabulous. And my friends were so impressed with how it looked on the website. So, I would recommend Terry, to anybody.
Yeah, well, it's completely different. Like when you're searching through on realestate.com, the home, there's some properties where there's nothing in the photo. It's just a living room, bedroom, there's nothing in it. I think it's completely different getting people engaged on the listing, making them come through. That's the next step, getting them to come through the property. Because at the end of the day, it ended up with more people through the house and more offers.
Yes, exactly.
And yeah, I think the very first time we met, when it was just all vacant, was the first thing I thought of getting Terry involved. You don't have to stage it completely, but we did an amazing, every room has something in it, and it was really good feedback from the buyers.
Well, that's great.
I guess the thing is, Jared, we're staging properties every single day of the week, and we've been doing it for a number of years. We've done a lot of jobs together. I'm still blown away on a daily basis from the transformation that occurs when we walk away and close the door. Just incredible. We go to a lot of quotes and meet a lot of people, and a lot of people are quite reluctant to do the staging. They might be on a tight budget and whatnot, but we have never, ever had a single homeowner regret staging. As soon as they open that door and walk in, they're blown away and they get their results.
Well, one of the biggest things for me is I could talk about it all day with the vendor when we very first meet the seller.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if they've never been through one of your stage properties or anything like that, they're not going to know the difference that it makes, how they feel.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, the more comfortable someone is, the more money I feel like they were going to spend on the property, the more comfortable they are with the house. For example, like with this property, we had an increase in number of people through, which gives us the more chance of increased offers and more for the seller.
And we tend to say, for that small amount that you invest in the staging, you will get that back in spades in your increased traffic through the door and your increased sales price. So very small investment for a huge result. I was actually in a position where I was searching to buy my own family home late last year, and it was so interesting because when I got onto realestate.com, any of those properties that were vacant, that were not staged, I just flicked straight past. Whereas then, when I'd scroll down and see those ones that had been beautifully staged, I was documenting them to go and visit on the weekend. So it was so fascinating for me to see how it actually affected me. So just standing out from the crowd is so important.
Yeah, and with the market so competitive and so much on the market at particular times, it's so important. Like you said, you're scrolling through, might be on a Thursday, Friday night, planning what ones you're going to see. There's multiple properties open at the same time, and you're just trying to pick, a few that you might look at. And I think the best presented homes are going to get the people through.
So true.
Yeah.